Hello, stock gurus, and welcome to another episode. If you're new to the channel, my name is James. What we're doing here is we're going to look at stocks that I would be buying in the stock market, that I buy in the stock market, that I recommend to the 27,000 subscribers to buy in the stock market. You have to always do your own due diligence and research your own companies and talk with your broker, but this is what I buy in the market. And I've been investing for 17 years. I was early investor in a lot of tech companies, Tesla, Uber, Match, the company that owns Tinder, companies that I still like to buy even today. My strategy is dollar cost averaging over time. I hope you're having a beautiful day. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at Uber, the stock. These are the companies that the stock gurus have been watching and following for the last 7 months of this channel, almost 10 years for some stocks on Twitter. OTGLY, we were buying a lot of that. This was cool. Elon Musk started a meme and started tweeting about OTGLY, Cyberpunk, and The Witcher. He put it on the console of the new Tesla cars. And that was just, and then he was tweeting about Cyberpunk, the game with the new Tesla car, and it's just obvious what's happening. And now OTGLY is pumping. This is a company I'm buying not because it's part of any like internet war with the right now in the forums versus Wall Street and what's going on, which is amazing. Actually, it's like a very revolutionary kind of time. What's happening? It's just interesting. It's new. You know what I mean? New is interesting. The world is transitioning from this analog, old digital world of like individual countries, and some guy 400 years ago drew on a map. He had like a level 2-year education, and he drew on a map like, this is my country and this is where I'm living, not the whole world. And the mindset now with the internet and how everything's going, social network and COVID, everyone's gone digital. It's opening up to this new world. So the companies that are like I'm buying personally, I teach buying 10 companies, 5 diversified industries. So like construction, medical, transportation. This is like a diversification to grow your money safely, securely. Still amazing companies in all of them, and 5 in the industry you love and follow. Mine being tech and biotech. And because I see this whole transition of what's happening, I'm buying a lot. My 5 are tech and biotech. OTGLY is a gaming company. They're the most popular in Poland. And they're a very popular company in Poland, very famous. They make The Witcher. So if you've watched The Witcher on Netflix, they make The Witcher, and they make the other most popular game, Cyberpunk 2077. Elon Musk just tweeted about it yesterday, and he's incorporated. He even has pictures of the Tesla with the picture of this car on it. So that's why it went up 10%, but we've been buying a lot of it on that 30% drop after the game. The Cyberpunk, when it was released, had a bunch of bugs. The price of the stock dropped 30%, but obviously they're going to just fix the bugs. The game popularity is crazy. So we started buying it. And it's a long-term buy that I'm going to buy until this company, it's going to grow massively. My goals usually when I'm buying companies is to 1,000% gains. So 10 times or 20 times my investment. So if I put in $1,000, I want to get $20,000 back in the long term. If I put in $10,000 over, even if it's $1,000 a month for the next 10 months, and that's $10,000, then my goal would be to get $200,000 from that investment. But obviously I do it with larger capital. I teach in the Stockguru Master course, www.stockguru.us. My goal is to buy 10%, 20% of these companies that I'm buying. I want to own specifically these 10 companies, the ones I talk about in the course, 10 or 20%, because I see them as the transition to the new world, this digital world that I've been talking about. Uber is going to be like transportation. Everyone already kind of understands this in major cities. Airbnb is going to be housing and hotels. There'll still be main 5-star hotels just because when people travel, they like staying in very luxurious hotels. Plus, Airbnb is nice, but luxurious hotels will also still be doing amazing in the future. This kind of world. These are the companies we're following on the channel down here. You can see them on this list. Pretty much all of them, unless some companies that I've got following that I'm warning people about. So OTGO, I'm trying to buy a lot of. I see this company having massive potential. NTLA is a company a lot of the students are following. We have a chat group, a Slack chat group, the Stock Gurus chat group. There's around 50 people in there. Ahmed's in there with 18 million. Alan's in there with 1 million. We have Dr. Elliot, a dentist from America, is in there. Anastasia's in there. Many people that you see on the lives are in there talking stocks, investments on a daily basis. I'll show you that later in the video. It's awesome. It's turned into something so powerful, this chat group. I'm very proud and honored to be able to have started it, actually. It's all... So most of the viewers, we have 27,000 subscribers on here. I get around 30,000 views per day. And I'm going to show you a cool image later about how many people that is. I actually looked at an image. It's like entire stadium. So I'm honored to be. I didn't realize I was like really talking to so many people. I knew, but when you see it on the picture, you will understand what I mean. Let's get back into this, but I'll talk more. Bitcoin up massive 7%. Woo! If you've been buying Bitcoin since $9,000 in July when I said buy Bitcoin, if you've been buying Bitcoin for a while, we know what Bitcoin is and how powerful it is. It's the first time in human history there's never been a middleman between your transactions. For all human history, going back to Egypt, Jesus' times, there was a tax collector, there was a government, there was a policeman, there was someone, the bank, in between your transaction. If you were to send me money and I was to receive money from you, there was someone in between our transaction. Now, for the first time in human history, what Satoshi Nakamoto did, I have entire theories about what Bitcoin is. I actually believe it is anyway, maybe I'll talk about it later. But the middle transaction between the two, Bitcoin, you sending me Bitcoin and I receiving, no one in between anymore. Computer network that's immutable. It can't be hacked. It's been proven for over 12 years. It's worth more than $1 trillion or 600 billion, I think. Total market cap of cryptocurrency is 1 trillion, but $600 billion, this network. It's backed up by computers all around the world, millions and millions of computers and supercomputers all processing these transactions. And it's amazing coding, and what he did is just amazing, or what they did. So Bitcoin, we're buying a lot of, in the long run, I see Bitcoin being $1 million of Bitcoin. I always teach to the students, don't put more than 10% into cryptocurrency of your capital. So if you're investing $1 million, don't put more than $100,000 into cryptocurrency. If you're investing with $1,000, don't put more than $100 in cryptocurrency. Keep it at 10%. This is the best strategy. You want to grow your money. You want to grow it very powerfully and very fast, but securely. Rule number one, if you ask Warren Buffett, what's the rule number one when it comes to making money? Don't lose money. Rule number two, he says, is don't forget rule number one. So that's the goal. We're growing money very quickly, like 50 times your money in Tesla, 14 times your money in Match, 4 times your money in Bitcoin in the last few months, 3 times your money in Unity the last 5 months. Companies, you can see 100 times 2 your money on just, you can make amazing gains, but that's not the key. It doesn't matter if it's been this much months, how much it makes. It's about compounding yearly. $1,000 compounding every year. Warren Buffett didn't become the richest person in the world by getting $1,000 and trying to turn it into $50,000. He got the richest person in the world because he consistently invests every year and grows 30% per year. And in just a few years, the eighth wonder of the world, Albert Einstein's eighth wonder of the world, kicks in, compounding interest, and it massively starts exponentially growing. So that's the key strategy that we're doing, and that's what I teach. Ethereum is on towards my targets of 2,300 I have for Ethereum, which is beautiful. It's following this very specific trend line that you can see. All year it's been following this trend line. Actually, no, this is on the daily candles. Let's go back 1 year. But it's following that trend line nicely, huh? So this is the price of Ethereum. If you're looking at these charts and you're overwhelmed, don't panic. Take a deep breath. Relax into this. Sit in your body and your energy. And I'm going to show you how to do this. I've taught tens of thousands of students, 30,000 or something people watch me every day. And this is what I'm going to teach you, and you're going to learn it. It's very easy and it's very cool. These charts are amazing, but what this is the actual price movement of Ethereum. And with technical analysis, you can predict what's going to happen next. And if people tell you you can't go back and watch my videos, you can. I'm using tradingview.com. You can get these charts on tradingview.com. You can learn how to set them up exactly as you see it. Mine are very special. There's thousands of indicators, but I use very specific ones. So these are indicators. Indicators are what you're seeing here. These kind of indicators. So the ones I'm using, RSI, stochastic, squeeze mob. I'm using volume, support lines, resistance lines, blue trend lines. These are targets that I've drawn in. So we're using them to try and predict the future price movement of Ethereum, for example. And my targets for Ethereum are 2,300 up here by around mid-February. And it does look like it's going to play out like that. Actually, even, yeah, it looks like it will play out like that. So how you read these RSI when they're above the dotted lines, and stochastic, these lines here are above these dotted lines, it means this asset or company is currently overvalued. Below the dotted lines, it means this company, asset, cryptocurrency, whatever you want to call it, this financial asset is undervalued. So right now, Ethereum is kind of close to overvalued, but it's not. But what's also interesting is it's turning up towards to try and become overvalued. See how the blue line is trying to cross back through the red line and start to head up. The RSI is heading up. The squeeze mob is going from bright green coming down, then it's turning to head back up, green even further. Volume. Now, what is volume? If you were to buy Ethereum and I was to trade it with you and sell it, this is volume. So volume is the trading that's happening on this cryptocurrency. The amount of trading, the amount of money flowing between people means the more interest. So as you can see here, the interest since December of Ethereum has just been skyrocketing. Look at that. You can see here how, I've got to make my face a little bit smaller. It's beautiful, but the charts are like even more beautiful. Look how cool these charts look. So even here, the volume, see how it's been dropping, and then just in this 2020 alone, look how much volume has come in, more than ever before. And the price has not, it's gone up, but it hasn't matched the amount of volume that's coming in. It's hit its all-time high. There's a lot of just amazing information in this chart. But on the daily, and if we go back to the all-time frame, go back to the furthest, the entire history of Ethereum, this is the big cryptocurrency pump in 2017, then the crash. And this is the pump again. And if it comes down even a little bit, it's going to form a very, very powerful, I don't think it's even coming down though, honestly. It might come down a little bit. It kind of already did, but it's forming a giant cup and handle. And a cup and handle is a very bullish pattern. A cup and handle is a cup, a handle, and then an explosive movement up from the base of the cup. And see, that's kind of what's happening with Ethereum. My targets for Ethereum are up here, $2,300. I don't know what this trend line is. That's one of the rays that we'll look at later. So the target is 2,300. It's forming this giant cup and handle. RSI though is very overbought, expensive. As I showed you, it's overbought. It's above the dotted lines. So you do not want to put all your capital into Ethereum in one go that you have allocated to Ethereum. You want a dollar cost average. That means split up your money every month and keep buying Ethereum. That's the best strategy. You can argue with me, but if you want, or you could say that it's not the best strategy, but I have 27,000 people following this channel and watching daily because of this reason. So you dollar cost average, you split your capital up. And so that means every month you're buying $1,000. So say you have $1,000, you have $10,000 to invest into Ethereum, no more than 10% cryptocurrency allocation. But say you have $1 million and 10% is $100,000. So you'll be putting $10,000 a month for the next 10 months into Ethereum. The RSI this high, I would spread it over 20 months. So $50,000 a month. That means you would buy here, you would buy here, you'd buy here, you'd buy here. Every month you'd buy. But what would happen is sometimes you bought up here, but sometimes you bought down here, but sometimes you bought up here. But your price is averaging out over time. And this takes one of the biggest problems when it comes to the stock market out of the problem. It just removes the problem. It means you no longer care so much about the price or swings because you're averaging out your price over time. So you don't have this fear and panic every time the price goes up or comes down, because that's not the strategy. That's not the stock market, and the cryptocurrency market in a way are here. They exist for you to buy companies, buy currencies. It's not a place for you to be trying to day trade and make money on little movements. It's to buy companies, amazing companies for the long term. If you were to buy McDonald's, your local McDonald's franchise, I've had 2 franchises for 10 years. I sold them, but I had 2 franchises for 10 years and many other and tech businesses. But those franchises, if I was to build that franchise, say it was a McDonald's store, you would need $1 million capital. You would need 1 year to train a manager. You need 9 months yourself to train to own that store. You would need to build that store for 1.5 years. You would need to invest $1 million. That's how much time it takes just to own your McDonald's. You're buying the biggest companies or the biggest currencies in the world here. So you got to think of that mentality. You're not buying Apple because the next 3 weeks it's going to do something. You're investing money into Apple because you want to own part of a giant tech company that's going to change the world, that's changing the world, that's making huge revenues. This is the concept. Okay, back to technicals. Stochastic RSI heading up on the long term, but a large amount of volume coming in. It's forming this big bullish cup and handle, targets 2,300. That's on the long run. That's over the last since 2017. The overall trend, the trend is your friend, massively trending up. Volume predicts price. Stochastic and RSI are overbought though, so dollar cost average. Squeeze mob is going green, heading higher. You can follow along, learn how to do this in the course, www.stockguru.us. And anyone that purchases the course before the 1st of February, so the next 2 days, I announced the winner of 5,000 USD. So you're going the chance to win 5,000 USD. If you purchase the course, www.stockguru.us, you can see the link down there. Go to that, watch the course, buy it. It's $333. Teaches you everything you need to know about the stock market, how to do everything I'm saying here, how to set up your charts. And anyone that purchases it in the next 2 days goes in the chance to win 5,000 USD. The competition started on the 1st of January till the 1st of February. I announced the winner on the 1st of February, like I did $1,000 on Christmas and $1,000 on New Year's on the channel, which is awesome. I love giving money to students. So then they have the knowledge, then they get capital. I'm going to do this a lot more, and I'm going to keep trying to raise the amounts, and it's going to be interesting. Because then they have my knowledge, they have this understanding from the stock market like thousands of students do, and you can see many reviews of them there. Okay, let's get back to the charts. So 1 year time frame. So now we zoom in on Ethereum and it looks very bullish straight away. This is a ascending wedge. An ascending wedge normally breaks out to the upside from the base of the wedge. So you can kind of see that it hit this resistance, the price of Ethereum at 1,393, came hit it again over the last like 2 weeks. But what it's doing, it's actually getting tighter and it's making higher highs each time. This can play out 2 ways. Usually it moves with the direction of the trend when it breaks out, but it breaks out to the base of the triangle. So here, the ascending wedge. So break out there, the targets are 2,300, but that's on a bigger time, that's on the cup and handle forming. Ooh, I haven't drawn in these targets. This is just relatively new. Awesome, since I made the last video. So this was the target on that cup and handle that I showed you, 2,300 on that big overall time frame. But this is the targets for this wedge that's kind of formed now, that wasn't really there before. It's only just kind of forming now. So we draw a trend line. We try to touch as many points on the line as possible to get the trend. You do that anywhere. You can put lines many places to try and create like trend lines, the patterns that you see. You can see how I do it, and again, you learn it in the course. I make this blue so it stands out a little bit. Everything you're seeing here, I'm doing on my phone. I'm recording these videos on my phone. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy Fold Note Z2. So awesome phone. It's like double the phone. It opens up like a tablet. Amazing, guys. If you've made money from me in the market, buy this phone. I'm not affiliated. Samsung, I want to be affiliated with this phone. I would love to be the ad. I actually put the picture. I show off my phone a lot in my videos. But okay, this phone is amazing. I'm doing everything on this phone. I was doing it on Samsung S10 before, but on this phone, it's just funner because it's like a tablet and a phone. Get it, guys? Android, Samsung, it's the best. It's the future. Everyone's going to use these tablet devices for a very long time. Samsung's won in this race. I still need to be setting up this Korean company to buy Samsung. I really want to own the shares. I got to look into it more. I'm swamped with a lot of stuff. If one of the viewers wants to, would be awesome if you could give me ideas how to get into that Samsung stock. I know I can, and it would be not very difficult, but I got to research it. And right now I'm very busy. And also relaxing, but it'll get done. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to put, that was the base of the triangle that I'd drawn here. I'm going to try and put it there, and we're going to predict where it's going. Hold on, I'm going to pause the video. Okay, that's the target for the Ethereum breaking out of this ascending wedge. The target is 2,000 in the short term, 2,350 on the bigger overall cup and handle that we saw. But on this 1 year chart, very close. So the next few months, it looks like it's going to break out very soon. It's being repressed. The stochastic RSI turning up, lots of volume coming in, squeeze mode going green. This thing's going to explode in the next few days, guys. Ethereum is going to double around. It's going to go, not double, it's going to go up to $2,000, and then a bit further on, it's going to go to $2,400, which is going to be awesome. Congratulations, Dogecoin! Woohoo! I said, you know, in the lives, I like Dogecoin. It was a meme. It was Elon Musk. I'm going to show you some cool tweets about that. Amazing. We're up so much. Yes, Dogecoin is very nice. It's a meme coin, but it wasn't one of the originals. It's one of the original cryptocurrencies. But again, with Dogecoin going up so quick, don't put a lot of capital in one go. Dollar cost average into Dogecoin. Okay, so that's what's happening to Ethereum in the next few weeks. Now let's zoom in. And again, technicals are always indicators. Something can change. It can be not happening, but 90%, 95% accuracy rate, it usually does happen. But be always prepared. That's why we use dollar cost average, because even if the whole market crashes, beautiful. The next month you're investing again, whatever amount, $50 if you got from selling some Pokemon card. If you're young, I have a lot of 16-year-old and under students watching even this. A lot of the parents get their kids involved in this, and a lot of the parents buy the Stock Guru Mastercourse for their kids. So if you have kids, buy it from them. Okay, 1 hour chart, it's playing out pretty much the same. It's getting tighter here. We're getting the same information. This is very bullish. When everything matches on all technical timeframes, it's very, very powerful indicator because it's all matching on each time frame. So in the beginning, what I mean by that, before it was each month was one of these candlesticks. Then each day was one of these candlesticks. Now each hour. And again, this is little glimpses of the total information. You need to learn it in the course, www.stockguru.us. So it's getting tighter in here. It's going to blow out of there. Stochastic and RSI have turned up to head up very strongly. RSI is kind of overbought heading down, but there's a lot of volume coming in, and volume predicts price. Always remember that volume predicts price, and we have a lot of volume here. So stochastic RSI turning to head up, RSI turning to head down, but I think that's going to crack because the amount of volume, it's breaking out of that triangle right now. It's trying to. It could bounce and then come here and then break out by the beginning of February. But the goal is 2,000 in the next few days. You can short it or whatever you want to do, but the best bet is to buy it. You don't want to take little movements down when the overall trend is massively trending up. You want to always go with the trend. Who's your best friend? The trend. Always go with the trend. That's the movement. Until the trend changes, you respect it. When it changes, then you have to react to it. But you always respect the overall trend. And the overall trend, even with this big dip, if you look at it like the overall trend is still massively trending up. Even with that large dip, it's already higher than its previous all-time high. But the trend is your friend, and it can play out. This is a currency that's forming that a lot of, most of the cryptocurrencies are actually running off Ethereum's chain. That's what people don't really understand. A lot of the original cryptos, were ICOs then put on, they were selling the ICO on Ethereum's blockchain. Okay, so now we go back to the hourly. I'm doing Ethereum today because many people asking me about it. But I only allocate 10% to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I only recommend to the students buying those two. On the link I have in the description, Binance, you can go to the link there, or chat.stockguru.us. You can see all the links to the courses, to the Binance, to buy it crypto. I only recommend buying Ethereum and Bitcoin and dollar cost averaging into them. Not all at one go. You're not gambling here. You're trying to make money consistently. And once it grows, even just after a few months, a few years, it's going to grow to a point. Most people are very underestimating how much it takes to quickly grow money and be financially free. It's not, you don't just go from no money to millions of dollars and then you're financially free. You also get $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. You're financially free pretty quickly. Once you're $300,000 in and you can be financially free. Even if you have $5,000 or $1,000 right now, in a few years, if you can turn that into $20,000 or $30,000, that's much better than your $1,000 that you would have spent somewhere else. And then you get next week another $1,000, or 2 months later you sell your car and you get $10,000, but you can grow that to $200,000. It's very compounding. Money just starts growing and coming. It's like once you can get money to move from a place to you to another place and grow, you just become this channel. You're like the banks of a river just holding this money flow that comes to you. That's really how money works. If you ask any of my billionaire friends, multi-millionaire friends, all crypto guys, Crypto, Carl from the moon, all these guys, they're going to all tell you the same thing that I tell you. Money comes from your mindset first and this abundance mentality and that understanding that you're just a channel for money to flow. It needs to flow from you. If it comes to you and it stops and you keep it locked up in your bank account or you're not investing or not putting it in places to grow, then it's just going to stop. It's like you're damming the river. If you open it up, then it's just going to flow through and you're just a channel. Okay, enough about that. I've been a bit esoteric. But stochastic RSI heading up. You can watch so much books. The Secret, everyone talks about this. Stochastic volume climbing, RSI climbing, and it's going to try and break out of this big ascending wedge that's forming towards the 2,300. And that's playing out in the next, I would say it could play out even by the 5th of February. So it looks very powerful. Cool movement. Awesome. What a time to be alive. Right now is amazing. It's the digital world, it's like very cool what's happening. Everyone got forced inside because of COVID. Everyone went digital from only a few billion people being digital to like more than 3 billion people went online. All the old people, they got interested. Everyone got interested in a lot of online digital stuff. New world we're going to live in right now. It's amazing. Okay, so that's Ethereum. Cool. We can also look at some fundamentals on Ethereum. The targets are 2,400 for Ethereum. There is a resistance that Ethereum needs to break, a main one at 1,485. If it bounces off that and the stochastic, then we have to see what happens after that. But that could play out by the next few days. But I'll keep track of Ethereum. But it does, for me, I don't look at it in this terms. I'm buying in dollar cost averaging into companies and cryptos, Bitcoin and Ethereum for the long term. Every month, as I told you, until something major changes, I buy these companies. Now, that was Ethereum. These are the other companies that we're tracking. OTGOI up a lot. NT, I want to just say congratulations to everyone. Bitcoin up massive. American Airlines up 15%, which is cool because of that whole squeeze. I don't really like it. I do like it as a recovery play. I just don't like it about how many, their financials are shit anyway. Why I don't really want to buy a company that's not making so much money anyway. Even if it is cheap and a big recovery play, we can buy amazing companies that are making amazing money that still haven't fully recovered yet. Match, we're buying a lot of that. If you've been following me since 2015, we've been buying Match from $11, so we've made huge money on that. Uber, we're up 100% in a few months. I really like Uber. It's my favorite for 2021 and the next decade, up 7%, which is huge for me and a lot of the students. A lot of my students, guys, the average people here, 27,000 people. A lot of students have $20 million, $10 million that are watching. That means our average is around $10,000 per person. We're moving huge amounts of markets. People come onto the comments and are saying that, I'm picking sides with this whole AMC and GME. I could move markets. We have the power like the stock gurus right now. I don't want to play those games. That's stupid. It's like little money. You're buying companies here. You want to own these companies as much as you can. If you can, buy 10% of Disney company. If you believe in this company for the long term, try to get 10% of it. Make sure it's 10% of your total portfolio, but you want to buy as much as this as possible. If you can, if you believe in Etsy and you think this is a company that's going to be growing in the next 5-10 years and it's going to make a lot of money, you buy as much as you can of this company. You don't chase little amounts of money. You're trying to, these companies, Disney is $173 billion. To buy 10% of Disney, you're talking $17 billion. This is your goals. when you're buying these companies, to keep accumulating these companies month in, month out, and don't underestimate yourself. You can actually buy. This is how they do it. So PayPal, Netflix, Microsoft, Neo, CRISPR, these are companies. Wells Fargo, I like on a recovery play, also amazing financials. Boeing, huge recovery play also. Boeing, guys, is like, it's almost, I really like Boeing. Backed by the US government, making weapons, satellites, aircraft, Boeing planes. They got hit hard by COVID. They will recover, but it can take 1 to 3 years. But in the future, they're going to keep growing. It's an amazing, powerful company for the long term. Pfizer, I'm buying a lot of because of the whole vaccine. They did 50% increase in revenues this year because of the vaccine, an extra $20 billion in revenues. Facebook, I'm buying a lot of because I think it's super repressed. Tesla, I'll make a video on today. I saw Tesla having big drops yesterday and they're still in play, but we'll track it. I'm going to make a video on Tesla today. Hit the subscribe button and the bell and the thumbs up button to be notified of these videos. And these are the other companies. Airbnb, I love. I'm going to keep trying to accumulate as much Airbnb as possible. It dropped 6% yesterday, but we're up from the IPO. It was around $148, I think 2 months ago. GameStop, I still give warnings to stay out of this. There is like a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors, but just always remember you're here to buy companies. If you want to own a game shop, a physical game shop that sells digital games, that's on you. But don't get caught up in this whole short squeeze things. Trust me, it doesn't play out well. I know what they're doing and I understand that the shorts, that they're locked in, and if you buy it, can rocket the price up and it can bankrupt these, but just don't play these games. They always end up getting burnt. Most people are going to get burnt. It's not what the stock market is for. You're buying companies here. Don't get into these politics. Politicians are going to disappear. This is what I'm talking about. Politicians, COVID. This is the overall U.S. economy for the last. I'll just put this is the U.S. the whole U.S. economy. The Dow, the 30 biggest companies in America. This is the U.S. economy since 1987. This is dot-com bubble. This is GFC. This is COVID. Do you see what I'm talking about? This is the game you're playing. This is what you're here for. You're buying these amazing companies over time. Learn in the Stockguru Master Course, www.stockguru.us. This is James from Stockguru. Have an amazing day. Every time you have a negative thought about anything, catch yourself. Realize I had a negative thought. It's not serving me. Throw it away. Replace it with a positive thought. I can buy this. I can afford this. I can have anything I want in life. Just replace catch every time you have a negative thought. It feels a little bit negative. If you're feeling down, recognize. If you're slumped down and you're just feeling not good, recognize, say, oh, wait, okay, I recognize that I'm having these negative, not helping me thoughts. Throw it away. Replace it with something positive. I have a lot of money. I'm beautiful. I have an amazing life. Life is amazing. I'm blessed. Peace is in my life. I'm so abundant. Money flows to me effortlessly and easily. All this good stuff. This is James from Stockguru. Make sure you're present with the people around you. Spend time with them and really appreciate them. And we're not guaranteed tomorrow. But anyway, I'll see you again tomorrow. And this is what I wanted to show you. My Twitter. Twitter is an amazing way to track stocks and cryptocurrencies. A lot of students thank me for showing them this. I know this picture seems very preachy. A famous artist of my friend made it for me and I love her and she's just awesome. So I respect her art. Millions of people follow her. So either I'm wrong and it's very preachy, or she's an amazing artist and we should trust her art. But yes, it's very preachy. I understand. I'm not trying to be Jesus. Stockguru Master Course, Stockguru members, but everyone should try to be like Jesus or Buddha or any amazing person telling everyone to be good, do good, help each other. This is good to do. Join the Stockguru Master Course, Stockguru members live chat, the YouTube membership. You can join it in the course. You take it at www.stockguru.us. These are the student reviews of the course. You can check those out. Amazing stories, people making millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, multiple millions, paying off mortgages, buying $2 million house. Check out the stories from my students. Amazing, amazing. There's hundreds of them. Here, this is what I realized today, which was cool. That's an audience of 50,000 people. In I don't know which country that looks like. Probably it looks like America. That's 50,000 people. And yes, this is my impressions the last year. This is when we started the channel in July, so up massive, which is awesome. 12, 13 million people have seen somewhat of an impression of these videos. This is the views the last 7 days. I want to get to 100,000 people or 50,000 people per day by next week, if possible. That would be cool. So these are the cool stuff. Elon Musk's tweeting, in retrospect, it was inevitable about Doge. He kept saying that he was the CEO of Dogecoin. He also kept saying that he's the richest person. He became the richest person in the world. So big respects to him. I'm getting some haters, which is cool. Doge up massive, so congratulations to anyone that bought that. This is from the Stock Guru members chat room. Everyone's sharing information. Ahmed's in there with $18 million. He pointed out that ARK at 8 a.m., 8 hours ago, or 8 a.m. Thailand time, he pointed out that ARK is starting to buy a lot of Tesla today, so that could pump up the price. We'll check that out. These are the gains we had yesterday, cool gains yesterday. And these are some of the big companies that we've been buying a lot of if you're following my channel. So up huge yesterday, which is beautiful. Cyberpunk, 7%. Uber I love. Twitter I love, 7%. OTGLY is what we're talking about. Crypto, Cyberpunk, and Netflix, The Witcher. I really like that. That's the one Elon Musk tweets about. Match is the dating company that owns Tinder. I love Match. It owns the dating space. It's going to be very powerful. I believe one of the top 10 companies in the world. I'm going to buy a lot of it. I see 20 times. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. Ethereum, the only thing that, there's a lot of information about Ethereum, but right now if I type in Ether, it's just going to be flooded with people's gains. Actually, guys, we broke Wall Street and Robinhood. So we're trying to find any major news for Ethereum, and most of it is that people are ready to pump it. They want to buy this. Everyone's interested in cryptocurrency. It's massive. Bitcoin is running. Everyone will want to follow the second one as well. Bitcoin, Ethereum pumping. Doge send it. Doge went up massive, amazing. It went up. It was at 9 cents at some point, or 7 cents. Now it's 7 cents, but it was 0.1 cent before. So it's up huge. So their targets, it's people's gains mostly. And some people seeing similar technical patterns to me, which is beautiful. Okay, that's the major news. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. You can find me, type in Stock Guru. Or this name, my name here, at Jamie, Jamyes, the symbol, put it in here and come search for it, or Stock Guru. I come up, click on me, click follow. Then if you want to join the chat and everything I'm talking about, first take the course at www.stockguru.us. You click on that, you can see reviews about students buying Ferraris and making lots of money, hundreds of thousands and everything. That's $333. Read what you learn in the course. And then at the bottom, it's got 43 5-stars. You click buy this ratings, put in credit card information, pay for it. It's $333, lifetime access. And anyone that purchases in the next 2 days, I'm going to announce the winner of 5,000 USD to one of the students that purchase it. And then once you've taken the course, if you would like, but I really want everyone to take the course first, then you can jump into the Stock Guru members chat, which I'm going to show you. I showed you some screenshots of. It's awesome now. This is the members chat. It's $49 a month, and then it adds you to this Slack group. I'll show you the Slack group. This is the Slack group. And I'm very honored actually to be like part of this and creating it. Ahmed has $20 million. Alan's at $1 million plus dollars. Pan's at like $6 million. So these are amazing investors in here. And I've verified, these guys are my friends. A lot of people you've been talking to on lives. A lot of these people have been with me for 7 months or 8 months or sometimes 10 years. Alan, I think around 10, 12 years. Ahmed is just an amazing, the posts he posts and the pics he makes huge gains. I'll see if I can find some of his screenshots. But usually his profits per day are like $300,000, $400,000. He's more actively trading. Some of the people in here, some of the students are actively trading on the stocks that I'm talking about. Most of us are. We're buying at key indicator. But this was just yesterday. This is the chats from yesterday. People picking up stocks and just talking about gains and potential picks and everything. I would like to show you one of Ahmed's picks, but okay. He has amazing gains. Sometimes he had yesterday or the day before, he had like $5 million gain on the P&L for the day, which is beautiful, but he's actively trading. So this is cool. Thank you for watching.